What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Daniel. This year we hit a milestone together in this channel. We grew from a small, humble community to the following that we have today. And of course, I want to thank you for your support, your likes, comments, and all your shares throughout 2023. I realized that you guys really enjoy the long form and short form content on this channel, and I want to continue that energy throughout 2024. So with that being said, I want to share with you some things that I learned throughout my channel throughout 2023. First on my list has to be how to gain a social following. During the past 2023, I wanted to reach a personal goal of 10K followers. I know that this isn't a huge number to some, but it was a personal achievement of mine that I wanted to see through in my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Starting off with Instagram, I felt like I was struggling at 3K for the longest time. I kept reinventing the wheel and I started posting quality photos to reels with meme messages. One finally that stuck with me throughout 2023 is reels that add value to your audience. Examples would be reels that talk about what I have in my car, options that could improve your driving experience, and things to look out for when owning a 2-decade-old car. In my opinion, this adds a personal touch that really reaches out to my audience and help them make some decisions on their choice of vehicle. So if I was to offer advice for someone trying to gain some traction on any social media platform, this is what I'll tell them. I would tell them that the aim for your social media platform, A, you have to have a niche, B, you have to provide some sort of free service to someone so that they have the incentive to follow you. And yes, that could be posting cool photos of your car in carousel format, or in my case, reels that teaches your audience about the car's platform. Next on my list is do more of what you love to your car. And what 2023 has reminded me of is that modding is very subjective. It's a space where you can be creative and personalize your car to your heart's desire. I've of course encountered many trolls online in regards to the JDM wheels that I chose, the Voltex wing at the back, and how ridiculous this is. And also I've encountered comments about how angel eyes are not supposed to be on the E46. Of course, it's really disheartening to see and a hard read sometimes when it comes to these comments. But let me tell you, don't fall for any of these traps, because usually there are comments that are coming from people that just want your attention. They want you to react a certain way and they want you to lash out at them so that they can report you and of course use your comments against you. I remember recently a comment that was left on one of my reels was about how trash my car is. So I kind of spun it around onto him and said, hey, you know what? One man's trash is another man's treasure. Second last point that I learned throughout 2023 is modding is of course very sexy, but so is maintenance. This past year, I have an abundance of maintenance vlogs for my BMWs, and of course, starting off with the E46, it hasn't been driven that much, to be honest, and there's a good reason why. I have been experiencing a bad misfire on cylinder 4, and I've honestly changed out pretty much everything. I swapped in a new ignition coil, I swapped out all old spark plugs and installed new ones, and I also did my valve cover gasket, and still it has been misfiring on cylinder 4, and I'm just not sure why. So as I continue to just journey off to finding out what's wrong, if you know what the solution might be, please leave a comment down in the comment section down below. And of course, aside from the misfire, I had a brake line that kind of failed on me. I really neglected to change out the old brake lines that came with the car. I installed, of course, the OEM BMW Performance BBK retrofit front and rear, and during that installation process, my brake lines wasn't reaching the caliper long enough, and it was creating unnecessary tension along the line, and over time it just kept on scraping and scraping away at that line to the point where it finally tore apart and started leaking brake fluid. Thankfully, the guys at Rally Road BMW had me covered, and I ordered new stainless steel brake lines right away. On the other hand, of course, you know that I just recently acquired a new used 2012 E84 X1. Now, like I said in other previous videos, I was in the market for this X1 for quite some time now. Every X1 that I encountered had a lot of bad dings, a lot of parts missing, and of course, it was very neglected. I saw some X1s where there were dents, there were scratches all over the place, and even misaligned panels and bad paint jobs. Upon acquiring it, I was speaking with the previous owner. He was a BMW fanatic himself. He had a BMW M4 and a BMW M3. He assured me that everything was fine and that it was garage kept. But when I brought it home, there were many surprises. A, being the low braking components. B, the blown rear shocks. C, the rear parking brakes. And on top of that, it just didn't seem like it was as well kept as he said it was. And on top of that, I failed my part to do additional research. This of course has the N20 motor, which is notorious for bad timing chains. So it just goes to show that cheap BMWs are always cheap for a reason, and this is a lesson learned that I learned in 2023 that I want to pass on to you. And last but not least, of course, I learned that the BMW E46 community is still strong. There's a reason why the BMW E46 has been celebrated for over 2 decades, and that is because it overall is a great car. It's a good first car for many young people. It's very easy to modify and very easy to get into these days, depending on the make and model. I, of course, personally have created a brand around the E46, and so far it has been well received. I have learned that many people still yearn for information in regards to this platform, and many still ask where to buy car parts, where to look for DIY videos, and of course things to look out for. So my suggestion is, if you are in the market for a new or used car, I would recommend, of course, the ZHP or E46 M3 if possible. So there you have it, guys. These were some of my learnings and teachings that I got from 2023, and if any of my content helped you out, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channels. If I don't see you in 2023, I'll see you in 2024. So see you next time.